Welcome back to another video. My name is Kellen and I'm currently reacting to every single A24 film in order. Today we're on movie number 65, First Reformed. Now before we get started, I'd really appreciate it if you please subscribe to this channel down below and follow along this journey with me. Also, if anyone is interested in signing up for the triple A24 membership, please consider using my referral code down below. Now with that being said, let's get started with movie number 65. As always, starting off with the A24 logo, of course. Got my First Reformed hat on. Fun fact, the whole reason I signed up for the triple A24 membership in the first place was to get this hat. I believe they've sold out of it now, so I'm glad I got it when I did. Here we go, First Reformed. Love the aspect ratio and also the framing.
I've decided to keep a journal. I will keep this diary for 1 year, and at the end of that time, it will be destroyed.
Interesting. I've always wanted to try journaling, but I feel like I just don't have the time for it. Or it'd be difficult for me to keep a discipline on it. Like I do it every so often, but I'd be very inconsistent.
Bread of life, the cup of salvation.
I feel like there's got to be something behind that cough.
It is a form of prayer.
Ooh, and there's that one guy that's still sitting and didn't partake in communion.
I wanted to talk, if that's okay.
Yeah. Come on in now.
I'm worried about him. He's involved in the Green Planet movement. It's an activist group. He applied for compassionate release when he found out
Found out what?
that I was pregnant.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
He thinks it's wrong to bring a child into this world.
Hmm.
He wants to kill our baby.
Yikes. What the heck?
Can I keep up an exercise that long?
Interesting how they're lighting this, or how the character's choosing to light his room. Just one candle on the floor. Again, the framing of everything is just so perfect. And I feel like it goes really well with this aspect ratio that they chose.
Hey, good to see you.
Nice to see you. Mary said things have been getting you down.
So Mary's pregnant. 33. That's how old our child will be in 2050. I mean, 1/3 of the natural world has been destroyed in your lifetime.
Low-lying areas underwater across the world.
It's crazy to think about because we do hear all of these statistics in our day-to-day life. And it's crazy to think of what the future will be like, especially in 2050. I guess it'll be good to look back on this video once 2050 rolls around. You know, hopefully we do find solutions to prevent all of these things from happening, or some way to kind of reverse all of the damage that's been done.
How do you sanction bringing in a little girl, you know, a child that's so full of hope? And she looks you in the eyes and she says that you knew this all along, didn't you? I mean, what are you supposed to say then?
Like, I get what he means, but also you gotta have more hope in the human race that we're able to solve these problems and not let it get to such an extreme point.
This birth, is that your right? Is that your decision? Have you asked Mary what she thinks?
Very thought-provoking conversation happening between these two.
IPCC predicted that if drastic action wasn't taken by 2015, environmental collapse would be irreversible.
That's not something you want to hear right now as I'm watching this video in 2024.
I encouraged my son to enlist. It was a family tradition. 6 months later, he was dead in Iraq. I talked my son into a war that had no moral justification.
That's rough.
Whatever despair you feel about bringing a child into this world cannot equal the despair of taking a child from him.
Wow. Again, very thought-provoking.
Can God forgive us for what we've done to this world?
What a great conversation back and forth between the two of them. That's not good. That can't be good. Is that why he was coughing in the beginning? He must be sick or something.
It was made by settlers. Follow me.
I need to go find this church. It's gotta be a real structure, right? I'm gonna look up the filming locations for this movie.
And in that cabinet we have souvenirs that are for sale. The caps are great though.
I agree. The caps are great. I don't know why A24 doesn't come out with the other souvenirs. I say that as if I don't have enough A24 merchandise. Beautiful.
You want to have lunch?
That's gotta be good that he's working instead. Maybe get his mind off of things.
Well, your office is handling the invitations, and I'm a little worried about seating.
You know what? I think we'll simulcast the ceremony here in the main room. The organ at First Reformed. Does that fit?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Well, we can't have a reconsecration without an organ.
He wants me to meet Ed Balk.
Bulk Industries, Bulk Energy.
First Reformed would be a parking lot if it wasn't for him. Did you see the doctor?
Ooh, doctor. Okay, yeah. See what's actually going on with him.
You need someone to take care of you.
We tried that. I'm not made for that.
Is that what you think? That what we did together was a sin?
I didn't know they already had history.
Is Michael there?
No, he's at work. You must come over now.
Uh-oh. Concerning.
I was looking for some batteries.
Ooh.
It's a suicide vest.
Yikes. She needs to get out of there with her child.
I'm gonna take this, right? This cannot remain here.
You're not gonna go to the police?
No, I would. Do you want me to?
No.
Why wouldn't you go to the police?
I don't think anything good will come from him feeling threatened.
I guess. What's gonna happen when he realizes that all of his things are gone, though? Or was he planning on even using it, I wonder? I'm worried for the conversation of when he realizes that it's gone.
Listening and waiting for God's wish, what action must be taken. How often we ask for genuine experience when all we really want is emotion.
He definitely is not doing well.
We got a message from the boss. He said it was a top priority.
Oh, from Michael? Uh-oh. We'll see if he had time after work to check on his vest. It's concerning that we're meeting in such a isolated place. Even though I believe it's a public park, the fact that there's nobody in the park is concerning. We don't have any witnesses. What the heck? He just texted him too. What the heck? Is that the result of him not having his vest?
This is my son. Again, I'm sorry for your loss.
As crazy as this is, at least herself and her child are safe now.
You didn't tell the police, right?
That is a crazy lamp. Is that like an eyeball? Do I need to buy that? Add it to my room? I think that would freak me out, just having a giant eyeball behind me.
Probably clean up the office. Maybe get rid of his laptop.
Interesting that it's addressed to him. Oh, it's his will. He had it all planned out.
These kids, they grow up in a world that you and we wouldn't even recognize.
Then the Lord spoke to Job, stepped from the storm.
Quite the location.
These surroundings were chosen by Michael as a repository for his physical remains.
Protect the wild, tomorrow's child. This all starts with you and me.
Uh-oh. Do I have to eat at Millie's Pancake House?
No!
Ooh, I don't know if I like the interior. Seems very sterile, not very dinery.
You know Reverend Teller.
Well, only by sight. Ed Ball, good to meet you. Nice to meet you.
There'll be a song selection. Now, the main...
There won't be anything political, though, will there? This came to my attention.
Just respecting the wishes of the deceased. This is just Manzana's friends.
It was a political act.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will God forgive us?
I understand. You're upset.
I was supposed to meet him.
You counseled him, then he shot himself. Well, I think you need to step back, Reverend.
Whew. What the heck?
Mary and I rode the park trail. It's amazing the simple curative power of exercise.
I need to start exercising more. I shouldn't say more. In general, I don't exercise at all. And what's crazy is I bought A24 gym shorts in hopes that it would motivate me to go to the gym, yet I don't, and it just sits in my closet.
He didn't care for the church. That was me. I was the one who asked him to come.
I guess that's why he didn't participate in the communion earlier.
Would you pray with me?
Dear Heavenly Father, we invite you into this room.
I can no longer ignore my health.
Oh, there we have it. Bulk Industries. All the bottles of alcohol. That also can't be helping with his health. Alright, I'm glad he finally went to the doctor.
So he went to Albany for his checkup.
I asked him, but he didn't give me any details.
Well, we'd like to check for evidence of malignancy.
Cancer.
Smoke?
No.
Drink? That needs to end.
We'll see if he's able to stop drinking.
Did you hear from Albany?
Yeah, I did.
I called. I'm worried about you.
Ooh.
Alone. I despise you.
Ooh. Poor Esther, man. Uh-oh. There we go with the drinking. This is the first time we're getting some sort of score. Uh-oh. Is he planning on using that at the ceremony?
But your wrath came, and the time for the dead to be judged, and for destroying the destroyers of the earth.
Destroying the destroyers of the earth. That makes it seem like he's trying to do something to get rid of the bulk industries. Which again, we already know something's gonna happen at the ceremony. Weirdly empty room, or a lot of empty space.
I'm really frightened. I'm frightened of everything.
Did this ever happen before Michael's death?
We used to do this thing called the Magical Mystery Tour.
I specifically remember this scene. I don't remember anything else from this movie, but this scene in particular is pretty wild. And I'm excited to watch this again.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
I don't understand it, but I love it. And again, we have the score coming in again. This is just so visually wild. Ooh, great transition, how we went to all that beautiful nature, and then all of this pollution.
So I'll see you in Buffalo?
I think I'm gonna go to the reconsecration.
Oh yeah, don't go there if he plans on using the vest.
But you're gonna be there.
But I have to be there.
So I'm gonna go.
Please don't come.
Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Every act of preservation is an act of creation.
Beautiful sky.
I have found another form of prayer.
We're concerned about you.
The heavens declare the glory of God. God is present everywhere.
The U.S. Congress still denies climate change?
Sounding a lot like Michael.
So we should pollute so God can restore? You think God wants to destroy his creation?
He did once.
Ooh, this is getting heated.
Listen, we'll get through this reconsecration. It'll be special.
Ooh, score's back. It's where anytime the score comes in, something changes or something crazy happens. Ooh, yikes. Last journal entry. No, it's Mary. We knew she was gonna show up. Is this gonna prevent him from going through with his plans? What is going on? I do not like this. Oh man. I guess that's one way to go out.
Oh, how sweet to walk grows from
gonna chug that?
day to day.
Ooh. Ooh. What is going on?
From all alarms.
Oh man. What an iconic ending. There we have it. First Reformed. And the A24 logo to close us out. Alright, there we have it. Movie number 65, First Reformed. What a crazy movie. But specifically, what a crazy ending. I don't even know what to say about the ending, other than the fact that I loved just how bold it was, how it just cut you off and didn't explain anything. This is a movie that you'll continue to think about, days later, but I'll briefly give my thoughts on what I just witnessed, but I'm sure later on in the next coming days I'll think of more stuff to say. But what a crazy story and very thought-provoking from the first conversation that we had between Michael and Toller, and then how Toller sort of transformed into Michael and had basically the same conversation except with his reverend. It is crazy to think about climate change and how it affects our everyday life and how it can be very detrimental to our future. I do believe it is important for us currently to do our part in preventing climate change and preserving the future for future generations. But both Michael and Toller went to great extremes to get their point across. The sad thing about both of them going to those extremes though is that I don't think it made much of a change at all. It didn't seem like Michael's death was reported on. Nobody really knew about it other than his fellow activists. And when you're a big company like Bulk, it's easy to kind of pay people to not say things, which kind of similarly to the last movie that we watched, Backstabbing for Beginners. People with money and power can get away with quite a bit, which is scary. It was interesting to see Mary's character. You know, with the death of Michael, I understand where she could have this wanting or desire to kind of fill that void. And then to see Toller kind of transform into Michael and follow his beliefs. It's understandable why Mary would start to fall for Toller. And then that whole magical mystery tour, I don't even know what that was, but I'm sure that brought them close together if that even happened in the first place. I feel like the whole third act might have been some sort of fever dream. It might have been Toller's last dream or vision before actually dying from his sickness. It was also crazy to see that his sickness might have prompted his change and, you know, he was gonna die anyway, it seemed like. So maybe in his case it made sense for him to die, you know, with some sort of purpose that would hopefully cause some change. But anyways, crazy movie to think about, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I'll continue to think about this movie as the days progress. Anyways, I'm looking at Letterboxd right now, and this movie is sitting at 4 stars, which I feel like is very fair. And I think for right now, I might have to agree with Letterboxd. I'll rate this movie 4 out of 5 stars. I'm pretty sure as I think about this movie more, listen to other people's opinions and reviews about this movie, that rating could go up. But for right now, I'll give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. Now, in terms of ranking, I think I'm gonna put this movie in the number 20 spot. So this is my current ranking of the first 65 A24 films. Once again, please follow me on X or Twitter where I'll be posting my ranking. And as always, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts were on this movie, what you rate it, and what you rank it, and I'll see you next Thursday for the next video.